Hey everyone, today we'll make an Instagram story. First of all, to add good visual appeal, we should pick a color palette from Adobe Colors. It's free to use. Come on this Explore or Trends section and search for your theme. I'm going with this one. Download it. And now come to the After Effects. Firstly, we need to create a composition. Enter on New Comp. Then change the name as Insta Story, width 1080 and height 1920, frame rate is 24 and duration is 5 seconds. Enter on OK. Now to create background we need to enter on Shape tool, select rectangle, hold and drag to form a rectangle. Now press V. Then select the layer and press Ctrl D to duplicate it. To change its shape, drag from these points. Also change the color of it. To pick color from that color palette, we need to import it in After Effects. In the project panel, right click, enter on import file and select it. OK. Now drag the PNG in the timeline panel, adjust it. After that, select a layer. Go to the fill, pick the color picker from here and enter on any color. Do the same way with other. Right now there is no background layer on our animation. To add one, right click in the timeline panel and go to new. Enter on solid. Name it as background and change its color. Enter on OK. Drag the layer down. Make some more rectangle layers over it. We are done with the rectangles. Delete this palette image, we don't need anymore. Now we'll animate each layer one by one. Solo this layer first and notice where the anchor point is. I am placing it here. Press S for scale. Come on 12th frame and keyframe it at 100%. Come to the beginning and put that at 0. Solo the other layer. Keyframe it in a different way. Press P for position and then hold shift, press R to view both properties together. Place keyframe on 12th frame. Come at the beginning and shift this rectangle around here and rotate it like this. Now this shape layer, I'm gonna animate its scale. Drag the anchor point down and come over 12th frame. Keyframe scale and at the beginning make the scale 0. Now the last one. For this one also, keyframe scale. Set at 12th frame. Then bring the time indicator here and set it as 0. It's a good animation but we need to sequence it. And also easy is all the keyframes and go to the scale editor by selecting one property at a time. Do all scales together. Likely do other one. Now sequence all the layers at different timing and we are done with the background. Now here I wrote some words already. Overall there are 3 types of typeface. You can download them by a little search on the internet. I'll list the names in the description. Now firstly we'll animate live. Right click on it and click on pre-compose. Select region of interest like this. Come here, enter on composition, then crop comp to region of interest. Transparent it with this icon. To animate it with position, select layer and press P. Keyframe it at 12th frame, come back, click and drag the text, make the keyframe CZ is by F9 and change its speed with the graph. Now go back and come to animate, choose tracking and then we're gonna increase the tracking value. We need to animate it to work. Come to the range selector 1, start, keyframe it at 12th frame as 100%, Come back and put the start as 0. OK, go back to the Insta story and set back this text position. Adjust the layer in the timeline panel too. OK, it's fine. Now we'll do with the dream text. Pre-compose the layer. Select region of interest and crop the composition. Transparent it. Now we'll add a solid layer. Bring it under and use the track matte. Enter on alpha inverted matte. Notice now the characters are transparent. Animate the text with position. Put it down. Toggle down the settings of range selector 1. Keyframe start as 0% and go to 12th frame. Put it at 100%. Select both. Press F9 and go to graph editor to change its speed. Let's go back to Insta story. Place it on the position, also in the timeline panel. To animate it further, open opacity by pressing T. Select it 0 here and then 100. Now we'll do animate this layer. Pre-compose it. Select region of interest and crop it. Now click on animate. Choose position. Bring the text out and toggle down the range selector. Keyframe the start at 100 and come back to put it at 0%. Also come to based on option. Change it to line. OK. Now go back and fix its position here. Also in the timeline panel. OK, we are almost done. I also added this image to background to give it a little texture. You can find this kind of stock on PNG Wing. I'll link it. Now to animate Deja Vu, just drag it here, press P and keyframe it here. Come back and place a keyframe. I think you understand the process. After adding sound effects from Pixabay, it's overall a good animation. If you have any doubt, please comment down, I'll reply you. See you in the next one. Bye.